Absorption. The cells comprising the outermost 0.25 to 0.40 millimeters of the skin are almost exclusively supplied by external oxygen, although the contribution to total respiration is negligible. In addition, medicine can be administered through the skin by ointments or means of adhesive patch, such as the nicotine patch or iontophoresis. The skin is an important site of transport in many other organisms. Water resistance. The skin acts as a water-resistant barrier, so essential nutrients aren't washed out of the body. You know these hooks? You have them in kindergarten. When you go in, you have your own personalized, maybe animal or your name on it. And you hang your clothes there before you enter the more private space. And you have them in preschool, and you have them in high school. And you maybe see them in workplaces as well. And it's a kind of hanging off your clothes, your public self. And I thought maybe you could do the same thing with our skin. And the skin is we're kind of trapped inside our own skin in a way. It's like the membranes or the barrier between ourselves and the world. So the skin is like we are trapped inside our own skin. The skin is also the largest organ in the human body. For the average adult, the skin has a surface area of between 1.5 to 2.0 square meters. Most of it's between 2 and 3 millimeters thick. The functions of the skin. Skin performs the following functions. Protection. An anatomical barrier from pathogens and damage between the internal and external environment in bodily defense. And I got this image in my head that when I was looking at these hooks, I thought maybe you could make something like this. You have the hooks there, and you have the door, the entrance. And you make kind of like jackets, skin jackets, like made from different kind of skins. In humans, skin pigmentation varies among population, and skin type can range from dry to oily. Such skin variety provides a rich and diverse habitat for bacteria. And you have the real hair there as well. And I was thinking about a way to make these. In human, it is the largest organ of the integumentary system. And the skin has multiple layers of ectodermal tissue and guards the underlying muscles, bones, ligaments, and internal organs. Human skin is similar to that of most other mammals, except that it's not protected by a pelt. Though nearly all human skin is covered with hair follicles, it can appear hairless, and there are two general types of skin, hairy and glabrous skin. And I've checked out different possibilities or solutions on the internet, and first I was thinking about like silicone or latex. Sensation. It contains a variety of nerve endings that react to heat and cold, touch, pressure, vibration, and tissue injury. Heat regulation. The skin contains a blood supply far greater than its requirement, which allows precise control of energy loss by radiation, convection, and conduction. Dilated blood vessels increase perfusion and heat loss, while constricted vessels greatly reduce cutaneous blood flow and conserve heat. Then I found this company on the internet, Bergs, which prints out photography on fabric, and you can choose between different kind of fabric, and I thought maybe silk would be the best. And you know, we don't have this plastic finish on our skin, we more have like this, it's more like fabric, the skin. And that's like inside our palms. Because it interfaces with the environment, skin plays a key role in protecting the body against pathogens and excessive water loss. Its other functions are insulation, temperature regulation, sensation, synthesis of vitamin D, and the protection of vitamin B folates. Severely damaged skin will try to heal by forming scar tissue. This is often discolored and depigmented. So I thought if I would begin with myself, I photographed my elbow. So you could work with it in Photoshop, like to make it more as a sheet of skin. So you would put this together and you will take away these differences in between. So you would have these on fabric and you could sew them together and make like a jacket out of it. Aesthetics and communication. Others see our skin and can assess our mood, physical state, and attractiveness. Storage and synthesis acts as a storage center for lipids and water, as well as a means of synthesis of vitamin D by action of ultraviolet light on certain parts of the skin. I've talked to some hairdresser to get some hair to put on these hood jackets. And why I chose not to have the whole body is maybe because it gets kind of too funny with the bare ass and the genitals, and it wouldn't be the same. So I chose just to have the upper front and have these hooks as well. Control of evaporation. The skin provides a relatively dry and semi-impermeable barrier to fluid loss. Loss of this function contributes to the massive fluid loss in burns.